with liberty and justice for all. It is a pleasure to welcome you to the 2006-2007 Athletic Awards Banquet. I would like to call your attention to the many guests who have accepted our invitation to join us this afternoon, and thereby add so much to the importance of this occasion. Kindly hold your applause until I have completed all acknowledgments. We are pleased to have with us today the following members of the Board of Education. President Mrs. Beverly Canning, Mr. and Mrs. Beth Campbell, Stanley and Mindy Ward, Mr. and Mrs. Joey Barron, Mr. and Mrs. Ronald Como, and Mr. and Mrs. Michael Carter. Members of the school administration who have joined us are Superintendent of Schools, Mr. William F. Scott, High School Principal, Mr. John Kokenauer, Assistant High School Principal, Mrs. Pamela Ross, and Athletic Director, Mr. Revy. The following members of our coaching staff are present: Mr. Larry Barcombe, Mr. Nick Bertrand, Mr. Nate Bilo, Ms. Michelle Boyer, Mrs. Kim Burnell, Mr. Steve Chilton, Mr. William Durnan, Mrs. Jamie Russo, Mrs. Amy Filion, Mr. Mike Filion, Ms. Janelle Friendman, Mrs. Kristen Hansen, Mr. Peter Kowalski, Mr. Dennis Levard, Mr. Danny Levard, Mr. Toby Leclerc, Mr. Jared Courier, Mr. Mike Record, Ms. Emily Riel, Mr. Dan Sheehan, Ms. Alyssa Barron, and last but not least, Mr. Wayne Wilkins. We're also pleased to have six wives and husbands present. Again, I wish to express our appreciation to all of our guests who have joined us this afternoon. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our athletic director, Mr. John Reddick.
Thank you, Katie. I am pleased to once again open our annual athletic banquet because it gives me the opportunity to thank some people whose help is absolutely vital to our athletic programs. Mrs. Darla Bilo, whose attention to detail in the day-to-day operation of athletics makes the entire program run smoothly. Mr. Kokenauer, our administration and Board of Education, who continue to provide the support necessary for athletics. Our coaching staff, who provide the daily instruction and guidance. Most importantly, you, our student athletes. For these are ultimately your programs, and it is your efforts that leave their signature mark on NAC athletics from year to year. My personal congratulations go out to Zach Lashley, Heidi Rior, Lyndon LeBombard, Danielle McNeil, Josh Coombs, and Katie Charlin for being recognized as CBAC All-Academic Award winners. Maintaining an 85+ average during their particular sports season. Also, the varsity volleyball team, which was recognized as a New York State Scholar Athletic Team for maintaining a team average above 90 for the winter. My best wishes and thanks go out to our graduating seniors for their contributions to our program. Good luck in all your future endeavors. I hope everyone here can look back on this past year of interscholastic athletics with fond memories. Whether you participated at the modified, JV, or varsity level, athletics gives back what you put in. Your sense of accomplishment and pride, your camaraderie with teammates, and ultimately the value you place on the sacrifices you made to compete are in direct proportion to your efforts. From the apathetic underachiever to those who surprised even themselves by surpassing their expectations, athletic competition gives back only what you are willing to dedicate to success. My hope is that each of you can look back and be satisfied with your accomplishments. On behalf of the NAC athletic family, thank you all for trying.
Good afternoon. At this time, would the girls modified soccer team come up to the wing on the stage, please? The girls this year were coached by Mr. Dan Sheehan.
Good afternoon, athletes, coaches, parents, and staff. I'd like to thank all the girls that played with me this year. Sometimes coaching these girls wasn't easy, and other times they made it real easy for me. Our numbers this year were lower than expected. A lot of them went up on JV. But for them to come out and keep working as hard as they did and what they accomplished, whether it's they set out to have fun, to sharpen their skills, or just to get in shape for the next sport, they had a lot of heart. Most of the teams we played again, they doubled us or tripled our numbers. We might have subbed 1 or 2, they would sub 6 or 7, so it was really hard for the girls. They showed a lot of heart, most of them showed a lot of heart out there, and it was really appreciated. I hope to see all the girls back next year, and good luck to the girls that are going up to JV next season. Thank you.
The girls modified soccer players, Brittany McDonald. Please hold your applause until I get through with the whole team. Thank you. Taylor Wood. Traylene Campbell. Jeslyn Belavage. Nicole Bordeaux, Nicole Gernon, Tony Foster, Hannah Brassard, Sarah Williams, Cindy Van Bogart, Chelsea Sancook, and Sarah Page. The girls modified soccer team. Can the JV girls soccer players please come up to the front? They were coached this year by Jamie Dusa.
I was very proud of each girl in their own way because they made their own accomplishment or set their own goal at the beginning of the season, and I believe they accomplished it. Plus, I set a goal for each girl at the beginning of the season, and I felt that they met that goal or met their goal that I set for them. It might not be something huge, but it's still, they hit the goal, so that was kind of neat. Me, myself, I am very proud of these young ladies for what they have done and for where they are now. And for the girls that are going to varsity next year, I feel that they are ready for what they're going to be hit with, which is really neat. For the parents that came to every road game, I'd like to thank you guys for doing that. And for the girls who got their yellow cards, good job, Beth. Yes! It was a very fun season. Frank, thanks for sticking up for us out there. That was nice too. It was very interesting. Other than that, it was a great season. Thanks for all your help. Go ahead.
The girls JV soccer players, Bethany Brown. Allison Hall. Chelsea Ward. Sarah Burnett. Brooke Burnett. Brittany Charlotte. Brittany LaPointe. Kirsty Boogie. Kirsty Kelly. Lindsay Bowles. Taylor Sample. Jenna Hubert. Shauna Perry. Mary Manor. Michelle Shea. Abby Spinner. Ashley Moore. Katie Hemmingway. Paige Magoo. And scorekeeper Megan Cooper. The girls' JV soccer team. The girls' varsity soccer players taking them forward, coached by Mr. Gerald Currier.
I wanted to start this off by reading a newspaper clipping about our team, but I couldn't find one without Kayla Rabbit's name in it. Kayla was the only one who could make the paper without my mention and not even playing in the game. I don't know how she did it, but I think she paid somebody at the press. The girls varsity soccer team enjoyed another successful season. The team finished with an overall record of 11-6-1. We led the CVAC in team scoring with 50 goals. We began the season by winning the Northeastern tournament. Thank you, ladies. We also earned the number 5 ranking in the preseason New York State Sports Awards poll, which was pretty amazing. And we also beat GHS for the second year in a row. Thank you again. Offensively, we were led by 4th team All-State and All-CVAC member Kayla Rabideau with 19 goals and 47 points. Division II All-Star Kaylin Scott with 11 goals and 30 points. Sarah Trudeau, Emily Lashway, and Heidi Rior also contributed offensively. The defense was anchored by Division II honorable mention Katie Charlotte in goal, Tia Hicks, and Kayla Supley. With Stacy Saskavage and Kristen Burnell as our defensive wings, many forwards came into our end, but never made it out. All joking aside, the team was a pleasure to coach and to watch. Practices were always interesting, to say the least. Though they were able to have fun when they were at practice and on the field, they knew when it was time to get serious and down to business. Thank you, ladies, for an enjoyable season. To seniors moving on, good luck in the future. Those of you coming back, remember, the core is here to have what is probably the best girls soccer team in the history of our school. Let's take advantage of it. Thank you, ladies.
The NAC girls varsity soccer team. Kayla Revenue. Tia Hicks. Kelsey Torber. Natasha Wilson. Chelsea Barton. Kristen Burnell. Jill Gardner. Cherish LaBumba. Emily Lashley. Amanda Myers. Kaylin Scott. Beth Trombley. Sarah Trudeau. Brittany Vera. Stacy Harper. Then down the field. Kristen Wallace. Stacy Saskatchewan. Katie Charlotte. Heidi Rio. Kayla Supley. And manager Patrick LeFay. I'm told that the girls have a special presentation for Patrick.
Just a little background, just so you guys, if you don't know this, the varsity boys and girls alternate ball people, and Patrick volunteered to do every one of our games, whether it was raining or it didn't really matter, he was there. All right, what his motives were, I have no idea, but he always showed up. Basically, what he's wearing here, it didn't matter how cold it was. So Patrick, the girls chipped in, and we all got you something for next year.
That speaks volumes about our girls' soccer. The 2006 Bobcats ladies soccer team. The Would the modified boys soccer players please come forward? The modified boys are coached by Dennis LeBear. His hitting is Mr. LeBear is Mr. John Redding.
If you followed Northern Adirondack Athletics in the paper for the 2006-2007 season, certainly not a knock at our boys program, but the girls were a little more successful than our boys were. And with the trouble that they're having coming across the stage, I'm going to caution all of you guys, you may want to come and crawl, probably. Just be careful not to hurt yourselves coming across. I'd like to, this is from Coach LeBear. I would like to apologize for not being able to attend. I would also like to thank the boys for their efforts during the season. I really enjoyed coaching and hope your summer is great. For those of you who will be on JVs next year, I wish you success. And for those of you who will be on modified, be prepared to work hard and have fun, Coach LeBear.
The modified boys soccer players. Ryan Bush. Alex Musa. Nick Gerald. Connor Jubel. Zach Corbett. Shane Trudeau. Andrew Juna. Cameron Garrett. Stephen Wickwitz. Matthew Carter. Tyler Nephew. Kelby Gregory. Keith Rodriguez. Josh Powell. Alex Barron. Josh Rabbit. David Miller. Boys modified soccer team. Would the JV boys soccer players please come forward? The boys were coached by Mr. Peter Kovaleski.
The JV boys soccer team finished with a record of 9 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. 2 of the 5 losses were against very good Division I opponents, PHS and Saranac in overtime. We played poorly only a couple of times. During that span, we were complacent and defensively tunnel vision. After watching a few videos of ourselves, you could see the light bulbs come on. The defense stayed home. The halfbacks maintained lengthwise spacing, which allowed us to move the ball up and down the field as a unit. We gelled our last 4 games, shutting out all of our opponents. Offensively, Nick LaValle, TJ LaValle, and Tyler Smith accounted for most of our goals. Tyler Smith and Stephen Trudeau set up the majority of our goals, getting 18 out of 32 assists. Pete Patterson, Josh Ladgway, Shane Kleinbell, and Tyler Smith showed a great deal of leadership and demonstrated fine examples of work ethic for our younger players. It's always a project and a process,
But I feel Bobcat soccer is due to turn itself around in the near future with this group of fine young student athletes. Thank you.
The JV boys soccer players. Chris Carter. Tyler Beeson. John Lashley. Stephen Trudeau. Tyler Pombry. Andrew Manning. TJ LaValle. Nick LaValle. Ben LaValle. Christian Garza. Matt Carter. Tyler Campbell. Jean-Luc Fortin. Tyler Smith. John Hero. Shane Kleinbell. Pete Patterson. Josh Lashley. Manager, Patrick LeFay. Scorekeepers, Monica McComb and Johnny Torres. The boys JV soccer team. The boys varsity soccer players, please come forward. The boys were coached by Mr. Jerry Hamlin.
Coach Hamlin regrets not being here this afternoon. He writes, "This was a difficult year for the varsity boys soccer team. We had a good team, but never seemed to gel. They played hard right up to the final whistle, but they could just not seem to put the ball in the net. Congratulations to Jared Tatro for making Division II All-Star. Also, I would like to give credit to Zach Lasway, Brandon LeBombard, and Derek Jubert for the support they showed the NAC soccer program. They started at modified and kept with the program to varsity. I would like to wish the best of luck to the great group of young players moving up next year. NAC will definitely be a contender. Thank you, Coach Hamlin."
The Bobcat boys varsity soccer team. Zach Lashley. Derek Jubert. Matt Kent. Brandon LeBombard. Doc Udegor. Tyler Brasser. Ben Fivesen. Mitchell Rock. Adam Lord. Zach Verrick. Kevin Otis. Tom Page. Jared Taper. Cody Dalvach. And scorekeeper Heidi LaPointe. The 2006 Boys Bobcats soccer team. Will the modified volleyball players please come forward? The modified volleyball team is coached by Mrs. Amy Filion and Miss Alyssa Barrett.
I would like to say that this was a very wonderful year for Mayor. It was our first year coaching modified volleyball. I've learned a lot with these girls. They work hard, they have a lot of challenges, and we learned a lot about one another. I think the most important thing that throughout the season that the girls learn, which I feel is very, very important, is respecting one another. They work hard and try to, to belong to teammates, and they had some rough times, but we worked through them, we talked through them, and they improved, and I was just very proud of them, and I was, very privileged to be able to be their coach.
Going from playing volleyball to coaching, it was definitely a different experience, and the first week or so was certainly interesting. Just trying to teach the girls the basics. The girls showed a lot of improvement after we started actually playing games. They ended up having a lot of fun too. And of course we had our fair share of drama, but we usually died out, we would laugh. How many pickles we could eat at NCCS, keeping 66 away from Melissa. Overall, I think the girls played very well and tried their best. I hope most of all that they plan to come back next year so we can have another great season. Good luck to the girls who plan on being on JV next year, and good luck to the girls who will be with us. Hopefully you will do just as well as the basketball team as you did for us. Thanks again, ladies, for an interesting, fun, and memorable season.
Modified volleyball players, Alyssa Baker-Burton. Nicole Bordeaux. Kayla Cook. Morgan Coons. Nicole Derby. Ariel Filia. Tessa King. Courtney Lambert. Allison Lamont. Kelly Laporte. Katie Manuel. Laura Patton. Kelly Schwein. Chelsea Senecal. Autumn Snow. And Cindy Van Hoga. The modified volleyball team. JV volleyball players, please come forward. The JV volleyball team is coached by Mrs. Kimberly.
Good afternoon. This year was another successful year for the JV team. This group of girls I will remember most for how unaggressive they were. But day after day, drill after drill, their confidence grew, and as the season went along, they brought that confidence to the court. As a coach, I can tell you that there is nothing more pleasing than to watch the smiles and excitement when they successfully complete a play. What an ego booster. I want all of you young ladies to take all of your successes this year and build on them. Take that confidence and courage with you to the playing field and into your future life. Life has a way of throwing us curveballs or spikes, which is the volleyball. So we must be confident, strong, and courageous. We might not win every battle, but we certainly will be smarter and better human beings for it. I want to thank all of you for being very fun and enjoyable here. And I also want to thank Alyssa Upton and Tiffany Gould, who were our sport teachers. Thank you.
The JV volleyball team. Jordan Danforth. Chelsea Ward. Chelsea Trombley. Amanda Fillion. Kara Perry. Emily Gary. Sarah Williams. Megan Cooper. Corinne Gould. And Paige Magoo. The JV volleyball team. Could the varsity volleyball team please come forward? The volleyball team is coached by Mr. Larry Balkan.
Thank you. Another very successful season for Bobcat volleyball. We had a 15-1 league record and the CDAC co-champion for Plattsburgh High School. We also kept the streak intact and won our 23rd consecutive sectional championship. That gave us the opportunity to travel to Section 4 and compete in regional play. We defeated the Section 4 champions, but were beaten in the final by a very good team from Section 3. We had some individuals who received recognition from CDAC coaches. Sarah Trudeau was named to the CDAC first team All-Star team, while Allie Green was named to the second team All-Star team. And Heather Byron was an honorable mention. Sarah Trudeau has also been named to the All-State volleyball team. Just a very nice group of young ladies to work with. I'd like to thank the girls for enjoying the season. And since Heather Byron made sure that I had fun every day, as long as Emily Snyder can make the cookies next year, we're probably going for a redo. Thank you.
The varsity volleyball players will also be receiving championship plaques which read Northern Adirondack Bobcats Championship Award, the student's name, Varsity Volleyball Class C Section 7 Champion 2006-2007. Heidi Rio, Hillary Boyer, Allie Green, Sarah Trudeau, Kristen Relations, Heather Byron, Amanda Byron, Emily Stein, Jenna Brunel, Beth Trombley, Sarah Brunel, Natasha Wilson, and scorekeepers Alyssa Upton and Tiffany Gould. The Bobcat volleyball team. Would the modified wrestlers please come forward? The modified wrestling team is coached by Mr. Michael Miller.
Thank you. I've been helping with the wrestling program for many years, but this is the first year that I decided to take it a little bit more and be the modified wrestling coach. It's been quite an interesting year. We have a fine group of fellows. Over the years, I've watched them all grow up from little boys to young men now. They're all good kids. Every one of them had a winning record this year. We got Michael Riley went undefeated this year, and there's a couple other boys that came pretty darn close to going undefeated. They're going to make a fine addition to the JV and the varsity team as they get a little older. I'd like to congratulate Jared Perrier. He came in, he stepped in, and he's the head coach now. He did a very good job. He had a hard job to fill. And Toby was there, did an outstanding job last year on the wrestling. I hope the boys, they all work hard this summer and stay in shape and get ready for the next season. I also like to thank my wife, because I'm going to probably get in trouble if I don't thank her. I think we spent quite a bit of our vacation this year on those wrestling tournaments. Makes something through thick and thin. Thank you.
Modified wrestling. Kyle Bushy. Matthew Carter. Tyler Nephew. Chris Payton. Kyle Patton. Michael Riley. Caleb Sanford. The modified wrestlers. Would the JV wrestlers please come forward? The JV wrestling team was coached this year by Mr. Kobe LaCroix.
Well, good evening, everyone. We got quite a group of boys right there. As Mike said, that we all our guys are going to be moving up next year. Most of them are, but we coach this as a team effort. That means modified, JV, and varsity. We all coach at the same level. We all practice in the same room. We do the same techniques. So that makes it a lot easier for each guy to move up to the next level each year they move up. And these guys here, I know at least 70% of them right there are probably going to be knocking on those varsity doors next year. And I know probably at least half of those guys will have that spot. And I just want to congratulate them all for doing well this year. And good luck for next season. And I will be back to watch you guys. Thank you.
The JV wrestlers. Kelvin Gregory. Dustin Snyder. Justin Ferret. Stephen Bowles. Jeremy Purrier. Paul Aaron. Corey Dubray. Tucker Bumba. Kyle DeMar. Alex Mammoth. Harold Parent. And Pat Manning. The JV wrestling team. Could the varsity wrestlers please come forward? This year's varsity wrestlers were coached by Mr. Jared Purrier.
I would like to thank the Board of Education, school administration, bus drivers, Booster Club, and I guess Mr. Redmond too, for allowing us to travel and be competitive at the state level. I knew this was going to be an adjusting year, not only for myself, but for the team as well. For years they'd seen Coach Ross on the sidelines and his mentality and things, and they learned very quickly that even though I studied under Coach Ross for a while, he and I didn't coach nearly. First I realized that it didn't take much to make me jump in your face. Andrew, James. At the same token, they learned that my intensity level was slightly different. For years, they as well as myself watched Coach Ross stand behind the bench, be calm, cool, collected in all situations. And they, again, quickly realized that wasn't me. Quick example, most people have heard the expression, you know, that person can jump out of the gym in reference to a basketball player who can jump quite high. I actually, after Granville Lombard sectional final match, had people come to me and say, I literally thought you were going to jump out of the gym. If anybody had pictures, I swear I was at least 5 feet off the mat. It was interesting to see. I got a good laugh. As a team, this group of Bobcats managed to maintain a state ranking throughout the entire season. Nice job, gentlemen. And we were competitive in every single match we went out. Probably the highlight of the year was capturing our own Livermore Invitational by a whole point after about 200 matches. That was quite interesting. Individually, James Fillion, Brandon LeBombard, James Charlotte, and Josh Trombley all won sectional titles, as well as being named first-team All-CBAC members. Andrew Manor, Sean Daly, and Lyndon LeBombard were named to second-team All-CBAC. Josh Trombley also placed fourth in New York State. James Fillion, Andrew, Brandon, James, Cody, LeClaire, Josh, and Lyndon all earned 30 wins this season. Special recognition to Josh and Cody, who eclipsed 100 career wins. I want to thank Coach LeClaire, Coach Fillion, and Coach Trombley for all the time and effort that they put in. All the parents who traveled, thank you folks very much. It takes a lot of dedication for this sport because we're not home every weekend. We're in Albany, we're in Middlebury, we're in Central Square out by Syracuse. We're away all the time. It takes a lot to follow your children. And I'd like to thank the team for their hard work and determination throughout this season. Thank you, guys.
Four of our varsity wrestlers will be receiving plaques indicating that they were sectional champions. The plaques read Northern Adirondack Bobcats Championship Award, Varsity Wrestling 2006-2007, Section 7 Champion, and the weight class. The plaques go to James Fillion, James Charlin, Brandon LeBombard, and Josh Trombley. The varsity wrestlers, Ryan Bush, Kelby Gregory, Ty Herbis, James Fillion, Andrew Manor, Josh Manor, I would appreciate you not do that, please. Chris Carson, Stephen Boris, Jeff Ryan, James Charlotte, Adam Manning, Adam Laurel, Jeremy Perea, Sean Daly, Lyndon LeBombard, Tom Page, Brandon LeBombard, Cody LeClaire, Josh Trombley, and scorekeepers, Carly Sorrell and Natasha Wilson. The Bobcat Varsity Wrestling Squad. If the modified A girls basketball players please come forward. The girls are coached by Ms. Jamie Dusa.
it's not based for me upon the win-loss column. Obviously, for us, we had 7 girls for the season. To start, we had 4. The first day of practice, I had 4 girls show up to practice. Obviously, driving from Plattsburgh to Ellenburg is about 25 minutes, so I showed up, I'm like, wow. Like, ooh, that's good practice. So we started out doing a little bit of running. Then as the weeks went on, we got up to 7. So, I mean, it was all right, but it was still kind of, tough to work, but we got through it. I was excited to see the girls at the end of the season, our last 3 or 4 games, come together and actually work well as a team. I think our last 3 games, we actually shut teams out in the second, third quarter. We actually held them scoreless, which was really cool. I mean, you don't see that in basketball games, holding teams to 0 points, which is pretty neat. I was very happy with the hard work and the dedication that these ladies put in. I mean, when you don't have a lot of players, you can't fight over playing time. Obviously, everybody got in, they played a lot of time. So it was really neat. I'd like to thank Mrs. Baker, Mrs. King, and Mrs. Kingsbugs for all of their hard work. They did our books, our sports, and they traveled to the away games to keep our books. The varsity girls, they helped us out with some of our practices. They came over to the little gym and they helped us out. And we also went over here and they helped us out too. Mr. Chilton helped me out with some of the practices. He gave me some pep talks when I needed it because sometimes things got a little rough, but we made it through. So ladies, thank you for a great season and hopefully we'll see you next year on TV. Thank you.
The girls modified basketball team, Tiffany Prober, Trelina Campbell, Amanda Baker, Heather Kingsall, Alicia King, Allison Goss, Angel Jones, girls modified basketball team, will the JV girls basketball players please come forward? The JV girls were coached this year by Mr. Dennis LeBaire. Substituting for Mr. LeBaire is Mr. Steve Chilton.
Dennis couldn't make this tonight. He's got a few words here. I would like to apologize to the girls for not being able to attend. First, I'd like to thank the girls for their great effort during practices and games. Many times during the season when I felt discouraged, it was your determination and desire that was an inspiration to me. Many thanks for letting me realize that playing the game with the enthusiasm can be very rewarding. Many thanks, Coach LeBaire.
The JV girls basketball players, Abigail Spinner, Shelby Ledoux, Michelle Silver, Amanda Aggie, Kirsten Ada, Ashley King, Heidi Williams, Katie Hemingway, scorekeepers Amber Kaye and Kayla Hines. The girls JV basketball team.
First of all, I'd like to recognize our seniors right now because they were a big role in playing on the team and they showed great leadership. Our captain, Miranda Kay, who's been captain for 2 years, and Danielle McNeil was also captain for 2 years. She's also CBAC academic, and I'd like to thank her for that. I would also like to congratulate each and every one of my players for our hard work throughout the long season. I felt from the first practice to the last game, the girls were very competitive against teams in their own division and showed they could play against those teams. With an over 20 season, I know a lot of you people read the paper and stuff, but going into the last part of the season, and we don't have a lot of numbers, we're kind of like the modified girls. There was a lot of teams like Saranac Lake, Seton Catholic in the semifinals, Lake Placid. When we started the game, they started to play with some of their stuff, thinking they were going to be over. By the end of the first quarter, they were putting their starters back in. And I want to congratulate the girls for their efforts. They worked very hard and showed great improvement from day one to the end. Thank you very much. I would also like to thank my timekeeper, Heather Shaw, all the parents that helped out with the concession stand. We raised a lot of money to hopefully send these kids to camp, and also the NAC fans, because they gave us a lot of support during the season. Thank you.
The girls varsity basketball players. Danielle McNeil. Miranda Kay. Justin Moore. Logan Jarvis. Haley Scott. Hannah Shrek. Felicia Provost. Taylor Jarvis. Morgan Scott. Megan Scott. And Heather Shaw. The Lady Bobcats basketball team. Could the modified boys basketball players please come forward? The modified boys were coached by Mr. Nick Bertrand.
Thank you. I'd like to say a couple of things about this year's team. This year's boys team was the young one. For a lot of them, it was their first year of basketball. I believe we fit in together well because, well, it was my first year too as a coach. This season was a learning experience for all of us, and our main goal from the first practice was to have fun, which I believe we did. It was a close-knit group with constant improvement. For example, our first game was in Mariah, which was a 76-12 loss. Then later on in the year in our rematch, we were actually ahead at one point in the third quarter. It ended in a loss, but the Mariah coach said, wow, these guys really improved since the first game. That game, along with several other games that slipped away, we showed constant improvement. A couple of guys I'd like to talk about are our captains. Guys like Stephen Trudeau, who was our leading scorer, but most importantly, was our guy with 105 averages and showed how it was done in the classroom. Guys like Franz Caters, who would usually meet me and Jake at the door on a Saturday morning. He would go to practice an hour early and sometimes an hour and a half after practice, just to work on his game. And two other guys in particular are Aaron Laporte and Zach Clark. They weren't doing so well at midterm, but through hard work managed to improve their grade and kept them that way the rest of the season. I promised I'd keep it short, but before I go, I'd like to thank him one more time. Thanks again, Mr. Red, for giving me the opportunity to coach such a group of fine young men. Jake and I both had a blast this season. Unfortunately, he could not be here today. He's in North Carolina, in the Marines. And I would also like to thank, along with Jake, the kids especially, for all their hard work this year. You guys made my dream come true, coach the team. Thanks again.
Boys modified basketball team. Colby Saya. Alex Staley. Stephen Trudeau. John Lashley. Franz Cato. Aaron Laporte. Cameron Garrett. Zach Clark. Kevin Chamberlain. Keith Rodriguez. Craig Gardner. Justin Decos. Corey Goodwin. And the assistant coaches and scorekeepers, Jake Bertrand and Donnie Laporte. The boys modified basketball team. Would the JV boys basketball players please come forward? The JV boys were coached this year by Mr. Nate Byron.
I'd like to start by thanking John Tonyhour and John Rabu for their support towards NAC Athletic and JV boys basketball. Wayne Magoon, the transportation department, custodial staff for their efforts. Mary Trudeau for the use of her classroom for study halls and video sessions after school. And Monica McComb for her help with the sport book this year. Also, Coach Rico on the varsity level and Joe Coakley for their time and effort that they put towards JV boys basketball this year. The group of kids that I had this year was a good group of kids to break in. It was my first year as a coach. And I'd like to thank them and congratulate them for an enjoyable and unforgettable first season. A testament to how enjoyable it was to work with this group of students was after a game when you have an athletic director from another school come up to you and tell you something positive that one of your players has done while you're in their school. It's a nice feeling to have somebody come up and say that. And again, that's just a testament to the group of kids that we have and that are coming up through the school right now. I couldn't be more proud of the progress that my boys have made, and I hope that they continue with these strides in the future.
The boys JV basketball players. Tyler Campbell. Ben Lavelle. Nick Lavelle. Nathan Saskatchewan. Shane Kleinville. Tyler Drake. Josh Lazarus. Dakota Motes. Peter Patterson. Tyler Smith. Manager Nicholas Forshier, and scorekeeper Monica McComb. The JV boys basketball team. The boys varsity basketball players, please come forward. The boys were coached by Mr. Mike Rico.
I'd like to start by thanking the school, parents, Mr. Rapp, the cheerleaders, and Lindsay Manor for their support throughout the season. I'd also like to thank Nate Bilo and Joe Copley for their assistance throughout the year. The 2006-2007 boys varsity basketball season was a disappointing one to say the least. The Bobcats had an overall record of 2-19. As a coach and a player, it was frustrating day in and day out because you never knew who was going to be available for practice or game. I'm hoping this season left a sour taste in your mouth and we can use it as a learning tool. We can build on it and progressively get better. I really do believe, I say this, I really do believe that we are much better than we performed this season. On the more positive side of things, Ben, Derek, Ryan, you guys have been greatly missed. I definitely can say it was a pleasure coaching you and getting to know you as people. Good luck with your future. Returning Bobcats, I strongly, and I stress strongly, encourage you guys to get in the gym as much as you can. Some of you that were on the JV team had a little taste of success, okay? And it was nice. It was nice to watch. You guys played really hard. When you guys work hard, it'll allow you to be competitive and win ball games. And on that note, thanks for the time together this season. And hopefully we have a little bit more productive season next season. Thank you.
Bobcat varsity basketball team. Ben Boyer. Tyler Grasson, Ben Fivesen, Ryan Goodwin, Derek Jubert, Pete Patterson, Tyler Smith, Zach Verner. Scorekeeper, Lindsay Mann. Boys varsity basketball team. Will the JV cheerleaders please come forward? JV cheerleaders are coached by Michelle Boyer and Janelle Freeman.
Okay. This year's JV cheerleading squad was an experience for all of us. Now I can lead us here as new coaches, not quite sure what to expect. Team was completely new, and a lot of them had never even been to a basketball game or a cheerleading competition. But, however, all these girls came to practice in every game, every day, worked hard, and could not ask for anything more. So thank you for a great season, and good luck to all of you, and hope to see you all.
The JV cheerleading squad. Brooke Burnett. Brittany Charlotte. Brittany LaPointe. Brittany McDonald. Kelsey Stone. Taylor Wood. The JV cheerleaders. The varsity cheerleading squad, please come forward. The varsity squad is coached by Mrs. Kristen Hansen.
This year we finally won CBAC after 3 years. Nothing went wrong. My knees are broken. It was good. So we got jackets and the practice says our name in the pot and all that. The CBAC champions 2007 Bobcats. We rock the socks. Season I'm a coach, former cheerleader, and it was complete culture shock, I think, for everyone this year. I don't know if everyone came to a game or followed cheering at all. If you did, you realized that we weren't flying up in the air this year. We weren't doing somersaults, we weren't doing cartwheels, we weren't doing anything. But we made the best of it. The girls looked great and worked so hard. And they did a great job. We went to competition and won the first time in a while, and I'm extremely proud to have the privilege, because it is a privilege to coach these young ladies, and I really enjoyed it. And we'd also like to thank Mr. Record for the entertainment this year, because every game was really entertaining. Thank you. And thank you to Mr. Revenue for letting us travel, because we are I think it's one of the last teams that gets to travel to every away game. So that was nice, and the girls always have fun. So thank you to all the parents also. Did a great job. You were really supportive. I couldn't have done without you. So thank you.
Since the girls finally won the CBAC cheering contest, they will be receiving plaques which read the Northern Adirondack Bobcats Championship Award, the cheerleader's name, varsity cheering 2006-2007 CBAC champions. The varsity cheering squad, Lindsay Bowles, Heather Bordeaux, Jill Gardner, Megan Junkin, Kirsty Keller, Heidi LaPointe, Christine Levin, Amanda Myers, Kelly Norman, Taylor Sample, Angelia Staley, Kelsey Torba, Brittany Barrett, the Bobcat varsity cheering squad. Will the boys tennis players please come forward? The tennis team is coached by Mr. Wayne Wilkins.
Good evening, thank you very much. Thank you, Mel. Start off by a few thank yous. First off to parents at Bradford School who went to home games. It was nice to have some folks to talk to. Tennis is a little different than other sports. You're not standing there watching every match that's going on. You might have 6 matches going on at one time, so you only have so much time to spend with each participant. So kind of you're milling around and working all the matches at one time. So it was nice to have the Coons family there for much of them, and the Lombards and the Ryans, and thank them for filling in what's going on in matches that I wasn't there to see every bit of it. With that said, another special thank you, big one to Lisa Barron, who coached me at the very beginning of the season and asked, she graduated last year, played tennis with us, and she wanted to stay involved, so she helped me out very much this year, and I definitely appreciate that. And with that said, I still apologize very, 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 very much to her for ditching her on our very last game. For all of our away games, Melissa always met us in her own vehicle. And on that last game, she'd come up when I was doing a head count on the bus and asked if she could ride the bus with us. And I said, absolutely, you can ride the bus. And anybody that does any coaching knows that those away games, you have 20 kids and your head's going in 5 different directions, making sure that you have your med kit and everything else that you're supposed to bring in, as well as all the students that you're supposed to bring with you. Well, after about 15 minutes into our drive to Westport, I realized that Alyssa was not on the bus. So I turned to the team and say, guys, where's Alyssa? And then they tell me, oh, I think she was in the locker room getting dressed for the game today. Now, I don't know much, but it seems, I would have thought, I mean, if I spaced that, I would hope that somebody would have told me, Mr. Logan's on the bus leave, she's in the locker room changing, and I had no idea, so what's up? I'm so sorry. I know the biggest thing in the world. I apologize so much about that. Okay, to the team. Very great season, enjoyable season. The wins weren't there that we really wanted or expected. A lot of frustrating losses because some of the guys played absolutely fantastic before. They just had trouble turning that corner and getting the wins. They took their time though, and they waited until the very last match of the year against a combined team from the southern schools. So we finally took that win in the very last match of the season. And special thanks, we're going to miss, we have John K.A., Josh Coons, and Linda Lombard that are seniors this year. So special thanks to them and good luck next year with what you do. And the rest of you boys have a great summer. We'll see you next season.
Boys varsity tennis team. Jonathan K. Joshua Cruz. Lyndon LeBomba. Jordan LeFay. Robert Bree. Forrest Ryan. Joey Spear. Paul Harriman. Theodore Brooks. And Aaron Perry. The boys tennis team. The girls tennis team, please come forward. The girls were also coached by Mr. Williams.
Once again, thanks to parents that I saw, I think that just about everyone. I know that this school was there for everyone, so thank you very much. And the Scots, I think either Mr. or Mrs. were at just about every match, if not every one of them. And they definitely kept tabs on their kids as well as others. You know, as I made my rounds to check in with them, I thank them very much for that. The girls' season, very much a rebuilding year. If any of you were here last year, you realize that we lost every single starter from last year's team to graduation. They had a very successful year last year. This year was very much a rebuilding year. So a lot of girls took it for what it was, very much a learning experience, and they had a fantastic time with it and enjoyed it very much. A lot of smiles, a lot of compliments from other coaches. I should say that on the boys' side as well. To mimic what Mr. Bilo said, I cannot tell you. I've been coaching for 5 years now for NAC. Baseball, softball, and now tennis. Why so many sports? I don't know what's going on. But anyways, approached on multiple occasions by various coaches saying what an enjoyable team that we had. They never met a group of more polite kids, and that was just a fantastic, best feeling in the world to have that, and more than one school, more than two schools, and multiple schools come up and say that at the end of our matches, how enjoyable these guys were, as well as the boys. A little frustrating for some. We had some competitive spirits on that team. To let you know how it went, there was this one young lady, Caitlin Scott, that we've seen up here a few times, who battled every single match that she played. Just put it in perspective, the girl that won the section qualifiers, the state qualifiers that went on to represent us for the state, was played harder by our #1 player, Caitlin Scott, than she was by anybody else in our section. She took it to a tiebreak in the first set to lose 7-6 by tiebreak, and she lost 6-4 in the second set. And those of you that don't know, scoring in tennis, that's about that much that she beat by, so she represented us very, very well. Another one that just really battled hard was Tiffany Gould. And both of those actually got individual wins for us. Even though we've never won a full match against another school, those two did win individual matches. And I learned very, very quickly that I would have to go up to the coach of the opposing team and say, listen, could I please get Tiffany Gould on first and Caitlin Scott on first, because we'll be here all night otherwise. And they literally were. They had extremely long matches, hard-fought matches. But all in all, fantastic, great learning experience. You know, everyone coming back as far as I know, I hope. And next year, I hope for a very successful year in this group of girls. Thank you.
The girls' tennis team, Tiffany Gould. Denise King. Sarah Barker. Chelsea Goodman. Ashley Hart. Megan Jutman. Lauren Musso. Kayla Rusha. Caitlin Scott. Chelsea Warwick. Bryn Spore. Morgan Coop. Caitlin King. Girls tennis team. Softball players, please come forward. Modified softball is coached by Ms. Emily Real. Pitch hitting coach Emily Real and Ms. Richford.
All right, Miss Real is very sorry she couldn't be here today. She had a prior engagement and something she couldn't get out of. She says, this was my first year coaching and I would like to thank my team for making this an enjoyable experience and allowing me to still be involved in a sport that I love. It was great to have a group of girls with such athletic ability and good character, which made my coaching job much easier. The girls worked very hard and should be proud of their 9-3 record. My captains, Bethany, Shauna, and Brittany, did a great job leading our team. I would like to give a special thanks to the Dermott family for helping me so much throughout the season and to all the parents who supported our team this year. I hope to have the opportunity to coach again next year. Thank you.
Modified softball players. Nicole Dern. Jeslyn Dollar. Sydney Van Vogel. Ariel Philly. Kirsty Booty. Hannah Brass. Trelina Campbell. Brittany Sharp. Bethany Brown. Tony Foster. Emily Garrett. Brittany McDonald. Shauna Perry. Modified softball team. The JV softball players, please come forward. The JV softball team is coached this year by Mr. Jared Curry.
Before I start with the softball, I have a couple of thank yous. First to my wife. Obviously, if I'm here 3 sports seasons, I'm not as home as much as I probably should be. So thank you. Also to my 2 daughters. Again, they don't see their father as much as they probably should. Thank you very much. I also want to thank Coach Burnell for helping me out. She helped me out twice this year when I was fighting forest fighters in Altona. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. One of the greatest things that you can enjoy as a coach is to watch your team grow throughout the season. During this past season, the JV softball team, I actually got to enjoy watching them grow throughout the year. Of course, from where we started, we could only go up, right, girls? By the end of the season, we were playing competitive ball against solid teams like Los Angeles, Ticonderoga, and we actually made them sweat a little bit. They're a great group of young girls, tons of heart and desire. I've been coaching softball here for almost 10 years now, and I think this is one of the most enjoyable seasons that I've had. Thank you, ladies, very much.
The JV softball team, Brooke Burnett. Katie Hemmingway. Allison Hall. Kirsty Kelly. Megan Lavelle. Ashley Lord. Brittany Surratt. Abby Spindler. Chelsea Trombley. Lindsay Boats. Sarah Burnett. Taylor Sanford. And Natasha Wilson. JV softball team. The varsity softball team, please come forward. The varsity softball team is coached by Mr. Dennis Lavar.
This year's varsity softball team was in a rebuilding year. We started out 0-3. We were giving up an average of 3 touchdowns a game. Mr. Beverly called and asked if there was anything I needed, and I asked for 3 or 4 linebackers and a safety. However, these girls turned around and went 8-4 the rest of the way. We beat Seton in the sectional game and eventually lost to a very good Ticonderoga team in the sectional finals. To my 3 seniors, Katie Charlon, Kayla Supoli, and Amanda Torville, I thank you for your dedication to the softball program and the laughs you brought to the team. Good luck in any future endeavors and always support Bobcat softball. To all of my returning players, keep your wonderful personalities, practice softball, and come back ready to win a championship next year. This was a very enjoyable season. Thank you. We have 2 Division II All-Stars, center fielder Katie Charlon and shortstop Kayla Reverdy. We also have an All-CDAC All-Star catcher pitcher Kristen Burnell.
The varsity softball team, Kayla Reverdy. Kelsey Torville. Tia Hicks. Emily Ladger. Hillary Boyer. Allie Green. Kristen Relation. Sarah Trudeau. Jenna Burnett. Emily Snyder. Heather Byron. Kristen Burnett. Amanda Torber. Kayla Super. Katie Charlotte. The Lady Bobcats softball team. For the modified baseball team, please come forward. Modified baseball team is coached by Mr. William Durden.
Good afternoon. Everybody's been here since 3 o'clock, so I'm going to make it short and sweet. On behalf of myself and my father, my assistant, Bill Durden, I once again want to thank Mr. Revenue for giving me this opportunity to coach modified baseball at NAC. This year we finished 5 wins, 7 losses, and several of those losses were not the result of lack of talent by no means. It was a lack of thinking baseball mentally. And fellas, what kind of game is baseball? Thank you very much. I think man game. Okay, the highlight of this year, actually there was 2. The first one I got wrote on the paper, the second one I got right from my memory banks. But the highlight of this year was Nick Giro, who pitched a no-hitter against Bobcats. I'm not sure what the stats are at NAC, but was no-hitter at the modified level was a great achievement. So it might be a first, I'm not sure. And the second actually was towards the end of the year, we're wrapping up the season, and of course I kind of let my guard down a little bit, I'm kind of serious as during practice and games, and so we started having a little fun towards the end of the season. And Chris Martin, who likes to make some small wagers here and there, he likes to do wind sprints for some unknown reason. But he wanted to bet me 20 wind sprints that he could strike me out. To make a long story short, it didn't happen. It wasn't tape measure by no means, but it was out there. And he said, "Geez, coach, you got to swing like a 20-year-old." So I'm kind of the guy. But anyway, I had a lot of dedicated players who hung in there, whether we won or lost. And I had a couple that failed to show that commitment. So those of you who hung in there will be rewarded when you take the skills you learned to the next level. JV, varsity, and several years from now, when you're playing for the sectional championship, and I know fellas, you're going to make it there, I'll be there cheering for you proud as can be. Remember, be determined. There is no task too difficult for the determined player. I want to thank you very much.
The modified baseball players. Chris Carter. Justin Decos. Craig Gardner. Cameron Garrett. Nick Giro. Joe Green. Connor Jubert. Andrew Juno. Ethan Musso. Kyle Patton. Connor, you didn't answer me. Josh Collins. Josh Rabbit. Caleb Sample. Colby Garrett.
Actually, I just want to, my hat is off to Colby. Colby jumped on board the second game of the season. He was my savior. Colby actually did my scorekeeping, and he's a joy to be around, and actually he's going to be playing for me next year. So I want to thank Colby.
Would the JV baseball players please come forward? The JV baseball team was coached by Mr. Jason LeBar.
First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Durden Sr. and Mr. Durden Jr. for doing a great job of modifying the program. I believe that the hard work that they have done is starting to show up at the JV level. Hopefully the hard work that the boys at the JV level are doing will show up at the varsity system. I would also like to thank the young men on the team for such an enjoyable season. Our record did not reflect the way the season went. We were 2-8. The boys were absolutely great to work with. Just one example, beginning of the year, I said, guys, I need a catcher. Who wants to catch? Don't have a catcher. Rather important position. I got 2 kids that say, Coach, I'll do it. Have you ever caught before? No, but I'll try now. That's the kind of attitude you like, young men. The JV players always gave 110% on the field. They represented NAC and themselves very well. I urge all of them to play as much baseball as they can over the summer, and I look forward to next season. Right, for the guys who are going on to the varsity next year, good luck. Keep working hard, and remember, keep that determined frame of mind, and we'll turn NAC athletics around. Mr. K, I would also like to thank you for many enjoyable coaching seasons together, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
JV baseball team. Tyler Campbell. John Euro. Brian Gordon. John Luke Gordon. Kelby Gregory. Corey Goodrow. Brian Harris. Ben LaValle. Tyler LaValle. Tyler Meeson. Dakota Moe. Mike Riley. Stephen Trudeau. Ryan Bush. Josh Lashley. And scorekeepers, Lindsay Manor and Sarah Williams. The JV baseball team. The varsity baseball team please come forward. The varsity baseball team is coached by Brian Senior.
thank everybody who supported us this year. It's always nice to see parents and friends and relatives at games. You know, it's a hassle picking up your kid all the time and traveling, but it is a necessity. Varsity baseball team went through some growing pains this season. We were very young and inexperienced. We finished the season with 2 freshmen, 2 sophomores, and 5 juniors starting. We were hoping to get better as the season progressed, and that certainly did happen. We beat Saranac Lake at home, Lake Placid and Lion Mountain. We played very competitively against Osable and Seton to end our season, but exited the sectionals after the first round. Every game we lost, we played 5, sometimes 6 good innings. But the inning from hell usually did us in. I looked at last year's statistics compared to this year's defensively, and we were very much almost identical and exact with the amount of errors and the percentage. But we obviously just bunched them all together. I believe that was a major difference. I expect things will start to turn around as these youngsters gain some age and experience. Special congratulations go to Tom Page with 313, Tyler Bassett, 333, and Dylan Lajway, a whopping 613. Congratulations, Tim. Congratulations, gentlemen, on getting better and improving. Congratulations on staying together and finishing the tough season.
Varsity baseball team, Zach Berger, Andy McDonald, Dylan Gladwell, Adam Laura, Tom Page, Brandon Pupel, Mitchell Robb, Brad Peppersham, Tyler Brassett, Walter Wilson, Pete Patterson, Tyler Smith, TJ LaValle, Ryan Harris, and scorekeeper Monica McComb. Bobcat varsity baseball team. At this time, I'd like to call all of our senior athletes to the front, please.
I'll get this finished. I'd like to thank especially all the student athletes for your patience during the ceremony. It is an hour and 45-minute to 2-hour ceremony, and I thought your behavior, with the exception of a couple of catcalls that Mr. Kokenauer addressed, was excellent, and we do appreciate that. A couple of years ago, we started the Senior Athletic Award, and we present those to seniors who have finished, successfully completed a sport in their senior year. Thanks to Mrs. Bilo, we don't usually make many mistakes here, but please bear with us. Hopefully we've got everybody covered. If not, we will make it right. I would like to introduce the senior ladies first. It's a Northern Adirondack Bobcat Senior Athletic Award with their name and with the sport that they participated in their senior year. Miranda K.A., basketball. Katie Charlin, soccer, softball. Stacy Harford, soccer. Christine Levin, cheering. Danielle McNeil, soccer, basketball. Chelsea Morrow, basketball. Heidi Rior, soccer volleyball. Stacy Siskavich, soccer. Kayla Supley, soccer softball. Amanda Torville, softball. And Kristen Watts, soccer. Our senior ladies, thank you very much, ladies. And now for the gentlemen. Ben Boye, basketball. Zach Berger, baseball. Jonathan Kaye, tennis. Josh Coons, tennis. Ryan Goodrow, basketball. Derek Jubert, soccer basketball. Matt Kent, soccer. Brandon LeBombard, soccer wrestling. Lyndon LeBombard, wrestling tennis. Zach Lajway, soccer. Cody LeClaire, wrestling. Josh Trombley, wrestling. And our foreign exchange student, Doug Utterborn, soccer. Our senior gentlemen, thank you very much, guys.
At this time, I'd like to express my personal appreciation to the members of our coaching staff. I wish to thank them for the many hours devoted to teaching our athletes the important skills that make for successful teams. To thank them all for their extra concerns and the special interest which they have shown you, our young athletes. Please join me in a round of applause to show our appreciation. I would personally commend each athlete for your achievements. On behalf of the Board of Education, our faculty and staff, I extend my most sincere congratulations, and I invite you to join us for a pizza in the cafeteria. Thank you very much for your patience.
Hey, Patches the Clown here. Hey, Justice.
Next, we have a new buggy.
No.
1963 Volkswagen.
It's not Patches the Clown.
Robert Society.
Oh, excuse me. It looks like Patches' car, but obviously there's no clown behind it.
Volkswagen.
Oh, my apologies.
Gilbert, Johnny Gilbert.
Oh, here we go.
An F-14 Bible.
This will get Shirley and granddaughter Kate up there cheering.
This tractor has 14 horsepower in the drawbar, 18 horsepower at the belt. It has a Wasakasi, I don't know, engine. Front tires are 515, the rear tires are 11,236. It weighs 2,780 pounds. Purchased in 1930.